This is totally useless information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
When was the first American-built car made? And here's a hint. Nick was there.
Well, you can use your left hand to do this. I'm Nick.
And I'm ambidextrous. No, I'm Roy. And this week, we scoured the internet to find out these juicy, totally useless tidbits just for you.
Plus, we'll answer your question in the mailbag section. And in the news, the attempted bank robbery went sour in a hurry.
Totally useless information. It's everything you never needed to know.
Willkommen, bienvenue, benvenuto, bonjour. Welcome to Customs and Traditions with Nick and Roy.
She's very bilingual.
She is, well, trilingual, or I'm many lingual. I don't know how I don't know how many.
She's the bit of a linguist.
She is, and she likes, apparently she likes linguine. Welcome back to the show. 73 countries with lots of traditions and customs. Thank you for joining us. We have lots of exciting stuff to tell you about, so we can't wait to get there. So let me start this. I know in certain cultures, especially maybe in even my household, it was absolutely rude and just not accepted for you to slurp, right? Slurping soups and
yeah, munching,
yeah,
making that.
But slurping specifically. But in
Japan, your family was not a bunch of slurpers.
No, they were not. They weren't.
No.
They were slurpees, but not slurpers.
Sippers, but not slurpers.
Yes, with the pinky out like this. But in Japan, it's a little different. So in Western cultures, noisily consuming food is rude. Okay, we've established that. But in Japan, making slurping sounds while eating has a whole different meaning altogether. The Japanese simply slurp up their noodles without contorting them first, like twirling them on a spoon or something.
Why waste time?
Exactly.
Stick your whole head in the plate.
There you go. Now, making slurping sounds when eating noodles in Japan is a way of indicating that you're really, really enjoying them.
Oh, so it's a compliment. I heard burping as well.
In the cultures, in the Asian culture, yes. Some scientists, though, even argue that slurping invites air into the palate and actually enhances the noodle's flavor.
So releasing noises from the body or items from the body is considered a compliment.
It all depends. Yes, exactly.
Oh, wow. That's cool. You know, we're doing customs, folks. You know, it's bad luck, Nick, to open up an umbrella indoors. Do you remember your parents telling you that?
Exactly.
Yeah, my mother would say, never open an umbrella inside, as though something was immediately going to happen if I did it. Yes.
Well, actually, in my household, slurping was allowed, but opening an umbrella was not.
Yeah, no, that's not allowed. No, but get ready for this one. Okay. In Russia, it is not only okay to open an umbrella inside, everyone opens their umbrella inside, especially when they come home from the rain, because they say, how else will you dry the umbrella? So when they come through the front door, they open the umbrella and leave it open until the morning, at which point it's dry. I guess it makes sense. We're superstitious to that.
Yes.
And they just, they don't care.
Superstitious for some.
They're superstitious.
Here's my teaser. Using the left hand for things. Now, I'm left-handed. Roy is not left-handed. Your wife, I believe you said, was left-handed.
My wife is left.
Yeah, which means we're intelligent.
She's a southpaw.
We're intelligent people. In fact, the left side of the brain control. I've said this before, and if you're just joining us for the first time, what took you so long, but welcome. The left side of the brain controls the right side of the body, right? We've established that. And the right side of the brain controls the left side of the body, meaning lefties are in their right mind. So in some countries, using the left hand for eating or other activities, it's considered rude and insulting.
I think so.
Yeah, because you're always right. Oftentimes, yeah.
Do you do to your wife what my wife does to me? She'll tell me to sit on the other side of her because we're like sitting at a table, and she'll say, could we switch seats because I'm a lefty? I still don't understand what she's doing.
Because if she sits to the right of you, she's left-handed, she sits to the right of you, your right elbow and her left elbow
Okay,
Wow.
do you see, folks, that he's trying to make sense out of all of that? And this is how the lefties stick together.
That's why.
They must have some sort of secret initiation in a group.
Here's a
that
solution.
meets.
Just sit on the other side of the table.
I do, by the way. I mean, I'm married 40 years. There's so many things I don't understand about women.
It'll take you at least another 20 before you start realizing what the hell is this all about.
So it's rude, they say,
Yes, in
for you
some
to eat with your
countries.
left
Now,
hand.
oftentimes cultures in these countries use the left hand for cleaning themselves after using the toilet.
What?
Therefore,
Wait a
is
minute. I'm thinking to myself, hold on.
considered dirty.
Oh, no, I'm definitely a righty that way. How about you? You're lefty. Are you righty that way?
This rule applies to several places around the world. Yes, I am lefty.
No, but you so I'm now see, now you've really piqued my attention.
Yes.
So do right-handed people wipe with the right hand and lefties wipe with the left hand? I'm asking you.
Go to nickandroy.com, click on contact us, and let us know.
They gotta have to get our newsletter.
That's right.
And we're gonna put it in next month's
We're
newsletter.
gonna find out which hand do you use to clean yourself. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So
and we'll
my
have people,
guess.
have people go to nickandroy.com and email us if you're lefty or righty and what hand you
That's
use.
right. That's correct. So therefore, it's considered dirty, right? Because usually that means if you're left-handed, you're going to clean yourself with the left hand. The rule applies also to several places around the world, including much of the Middle East, Sri Lanka, India, and parts of Africa. So to be safe, always use your right hand for greeting. Maybe that's where shaking with your right hand came from, because maybe that was considered the right way to do it, right?
Yes,
Maybe.
I would assume so. I don't have a problem with that. You're the one who has a problem, not me.
That's right.
Lefty.
So if you're left-handed and you clean yourself with your left hand, go to nickandroy.com and click on contact us. And if you're right-handed, we really don't care.
Nick,
Yes.
do you know, like you go out to dinner, let's say with your lovely spouse,
Yes.
who is a trophy wife and makes you look more of a man.
Right.
But anyway, having said that, you go out to dinner with her and you get a glass of champagne or wine. What is the next step that you do after it's poured before you begin to drink it?
Well, you toast. You clink the.
You toast.
Yes, you.
And most people do, because it's just it's a nice thing to do. It shows that you're paying attention to that person that you're with, and of course it's a good luck thing to toast or whatever. But the Germans, Deutschland, the Germans take this really, really serious. In fact, they do it sometimes with just regular drinks like water or soda. They click their glasses. They are big into this, and they say the word Prost, Prost,
Right.
which means cheers, I guess, or whatever.
Right.
It's their custom to say Prost.
Right.
So they click the glass, they say Prost. If they forget to do that, they risk receiving bad sexual relations for 7 years.
Oh.
You ever heard break a mirror? You got 7 years bad luck?
Yeah.
Well, you don't click the glass and say Prost, you're having bad sex for 7 years.
So you're married how many now? 40 years?
I'm married 40 years, Nick. I understand that you've not clicked your glass a number of times during your relationship.
If you clink, you'll click. Maybe that's.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the expression. If you clink, you'll click.
Yeah, according to this one, you click and say Prost, and it's all on after that.
Well, let's stick with the German tradition. It's not the same fact. And by the way, it's been a while since you've sung the German national anthem.
Oh, yes, I
The other
know.
thing-
I sing it every night before I go to sleep.
Oh, I'm sure you raise the flag and then you sing the national anthem.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I usually have to dream about Heidi Klum before raising the
Right,
flag, so
okay.
to speak.
Another thing you haven't mentioned is one of the fine cities in Germany.
Liechtenstein, und Deutschland, Deutschland. Liechtenstein is beautiful.
Now-
Sehr gut.
Wait, Liechtenstein, does that mean you lick the anyway?
No, you don't lick the Stein. It's Liechtenstein. You gotta lick.
Okay, you got to hairball it. Okay.
Germans.
So we're gonna stay in Germany, which is why I asked you to do all of that. There was a reason. There's a reason behind all of this.
Oh, by the way, Nick, Prost.
Prost.
Just checking.
On Total Useless Information with Nick and Roy. Before the wedding of couples, the families and close friends meet for an informal gathering in Germany. What happens during this event is well, quite interesting. what they do is all the guests are asked to break things like sets of vases and dining stuff. No breaking of glasses, but other stuff. And after the mess, the couple is asked to clear it up.
By breaking up?
No, actually, the tradition
Okay.
is symbolic of the belief that to make their marriage work, the couple needs to be united through thick and thin, and they're starting off their marriage right away with cleaning up the mess that their guests and family and friends.
Oh, wow. Clean up the mess they
It's a
made
German.
so they know how to clean up a mess.
Exactly.
And I guess you break stuff so you don't break the bond.
You see how wonderful. Listen, laugh, and learn here on.
It sounds very intriguing, folks, but it means absolutely nothing. Let's go back to Japan, Nick.
Hey, sure.
The slurping capital of the world.
That's right.
Japan has 3 writing formats. So it has 3 forms of writing. This I did not know, so I was very intrigued.
Okay.
One is called katakana. The other is called hiragang. And the third one is called kanji. Okay. Katakana is mainly borrowed words from other foreign languages that are put into their language. Hiragana is the basic written language of Japan. And kanji is the borrowed characters that they use from the Chinese form of writing.
Oh.
So their writing is a combination of 3 different forms of writing or formats placed into one.
Nick and Roy will continue with totally useless information.
You won't see the engineer that slams the Nissan Rogue's door 13,920 times. Or the corrosive chamber that simulates 15 years of life in 5 months. Or the Rogue heat-baked for over 300 combined hours. What you will see is a vehicle that can take punch after punch and keep rolling. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power. We put it through the worst, so you get its best. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Newer models may be shown.
We're back with totally useless information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
If you have nothing to do on the 8th day of the 4th lunar month, I have an event for you.
The 8th day of the 4th lunar month.
That's right. It's
Who even knows when the hell that is, but go ahead.
If you're from Hong Kong, you'll know exactly when that is because it is the Bun Festival, not those buns, okay? This Bun Festival is a unique celebration, and as I said, it occurs on the 8th day of the 4th lunar month.
That's when you spank a bun.
No, but you're close.
Go ahead.
The festival's centerpiece is a massive tower constructed from sweet buns.
Oh, they're called baos. bao, bao.
Is that what it is?
I swear,
Okay.
They're delicious. They usually put like a sweet pork, like almost like a barbecued pork, inside of this soft bun. You open it up, and here's this little surprise inside of the pork. It's so delicious. It's a sweet bun. It's almost like having a King Hawaiian roll.
Okay, yeah.
Pulled barbecue pork. It's delicious.
Oh, pulled pork. You know what do they call a pig that goes to one of those fancy massage parlors?
Massage parlors?
Yeah. Pulled.
What do they call them?
Pulled pork. So participants engage in a competition to climb this bun tower and grab as many buns as they can.
Yeah, sounds like a Saturday night when we were in high school.
Saturday night.
At a club.
Sounds like
At a club,
every
you know?
night at a club in high school. And
Yeah.
the tradition is believed to bring good luck and ward off evil spirits, not to mention lawsuits.
We're heading back to Russia.
You are, okay?
We're heading back to Russia. If someone in Russia accidentally steps on your foot, it is a custom that then they will stand there and you may step on their foot.
Oh.
And do it in the same manner. So I guess if they step down pretty hard, you give them a good jumping on their foot.
Right.
You know.
I thought maybe you'd have to kiss the boo-boo or something.
No. So what happens is you walk into their house, the umbrella is open, you move to the side, step on somebody's foot, then they step on yours. And then you smack them like the girls used to smack you when the bao buns were being grabbed.
Exactly. And then they
It's all hooked together, Nick. This
on
is...
totally useless information with Nick and Roy. We're coming up on our 5th anniversary of this program, and I'm sure people have heard us over this time about our high school antics and whatnot. You're thinking we're making that up? No, we're not. We had a
No, definitely not.
I don't know how we did graduate, however, we did. And,
Yeah.
I have to say, we do keep in touch with some of our high school friends. As a matter of fact, I have to bring this up. So I know we're going to get into cars in a moment here.
I
With me.
saw it.
Okay.
I saw Jay.
So our friend Jay Glinsky was a high school classmate of ours. I think he graduated the year before we did. He listened to the episode with Serial Life guy from a couple of episodes now from the recording of this show. And throughout most of that interview, I think, Roy, you must have said a few things about me or whatever. And the host, Ari, was not used to that kind of stuff. But to me, it's all part of the charm of our show. Well, Jay Glinsky took offense to the fact that
He took offense.
took offense.
What kind of fence? Was it a metal fence or a wooden fence?
It was offensive, is what it was. And he said, "Leave my base." I'm paraphrasing. He said, "Leave my friend Nick alone. And if Roy doesn't like it, I'm going to come right where he is because he also lives in Florida, and he's going to take care of you." Somehow.
Okay, so here, Jay, let me just say this as an apology, so that you feel very at home here in the same way Nick does.
Right.
What is offensive is when you look in the mirror, Jay.
Oh,
No.
wow!
I'm joking.
Listen,
I'm joking.
listen.
I'm joking. See how it works, Jay? That's how it works.
This is totally useless vehicle information with Nick, Meet, and Roy. Vroom, vroom.
We're coming up on our 5th anniversary of this program, and I'm sure people have heard us over this time about our high school antics and whatnot. You're thinking we're making that up? No, we're not. In Edmonton, up here in Canada, where I am, Roy's in Florida, but there's a West Edmonton Mall in Canada. It's the largest, one of the largest, if not the largest in the world. It's a shopping mall. It has the largest parking structure in the world. Why? Because it has 20,000 parking spots available for you to park.
Ooh, 20,000.
And people are still going round and round and round and round looking for parking. Okay.
That 20,000 spots.
Yeah.
And could you imagine going, there's just no place to park?
Yeah, exactly.
20,000 spots. There's got to always be parking, right?
Well, there has to be. Exactly. Now, here's another set of numbers, and this is according to Donald Shoup. He wrote a book, The High Cost of Free Parking. There are 1,825 total vehicle miles. Okay, this is all related. 1,825 total vehicle miles cars travel per curb space every year just looking for parking.
Wow.
So if they're
per year.
So if they're not if they're not shopping at the West Edmonton Mall in Canada, they're traveling 1,825 total miles per curb space every year just looking for parking.
Well, listen, folks, I mean, I live in Florida now where we actually have parking all over the place. And nobody knows how to parallel park because nobody does it. So when they do, it's funny as hell. But down in Florida, and I've been to Canada, you guys don't have much. I mean, downtown Toronto, you probably have parking spots problems, just like any big city.
Sure. Yes.
So, but I remember living in New York in the Bronx, and we had what was called alternate side of the street parking.
Yes.
And so you had to set the alarm, let's say for 7 o'clock, because at 7:15 you had like a ticket on your car for like back then like $25, which is like $100 now, And so you had a ticket, and this would go on sometimes 3 days a week. And then you had to jump in your car. But guess what? Everybody else was jumping in their car looking for a spot too. Yeah. So it was like the OK Corral, people duking it out for spots and fighting and cars sideways. And it was actually, when I think back, it really did help you on how to violently settle a situation. So, yeah, in fact, I think they should stop all army training and just have them do that for a couple of months, and they're pretty toughened up.
The reason why was alternate side of the street parking, because they clean on that side of the street. So they have designated days of the week. So alternate side of parking. So you have to park on the alternate side while the Department of Sanitation will go clean that side of the street.
Yeah, that damn Jay Glinsky kept stealing my spot.
There you go. All right. What else? What do you got?
The first full-size car was built in 1789 in France. Okay. Now we're talking about a normal-sized car. We could sit in it and so on. Before that, they did like little bicycles or carts, but this was a full-size car. It was French inventor Nicholas Joseph Cugat.
Okay.
Cugat. And the engine was actually a steam-powered water engine. It was water steam-powered, like almost like a locomotive would be. But it was the first full-size car that people could ride in and was powered. And that was 1789 by French inventor Nicholas Joseph Cugat.
There you go. All right. Here's some more numbers for you. In New York City, it's this amount of money is owed in unpaid parking and speeding tickets.
Ooh, this should be good.
According to the Independent Budget Office of New York City, this is the amount of money that's currently owed in unpaid parking and speeding tickets. $1 billion.
Oh my God, $1 billion.
$1 billion.
And 50% of that billion goes to the UN representatives who just leave their cars wherever the hell they want.
And here's
they never pay.
And here's another stat here. Now, you talked about parallel parking. So I actually have the percentage of United Kingdom drivers whose heart rate surged while attempting to parallel park. Because you talked about how difficult it is, or how difficult.
It's difficult to make an Englishman's heart surge.
Right.
Go
Okay.
ahead. Never.
I would never find a parking spot. So it's frustrating if you're in the middle of it, but entertaining if you're watching somebody attempting to parallel park.
Yeah, especially in English.
The percentage of United Kingdom drivers whose heart rate surge was 57%.
Whoa, so these people are not used to this. They're getting nerved up.
All according to Auto Trader in United Kingdom. So 57%.
In New York, it's like 1% because 99% are like, you mean I got to park in like 20 minutes? Hooray. It's my lucky day. And I came back and the car is still there? Even better.
Bonus. Very good.
First American-built car.
Oh, okay.
You're never going to get this, and I don't think anybody is. So, folks, get your pen ready.
Yep.
It's a Durea. D-U-R-E-A. A Durea.
Okay.
It was called a Durea motor wagon. It was built in 1893, actually the year that Nick was born.
Keep in mind, was it 1782 or 1893? Like,
well, 1789 was, then you were reincarnated in 1893. Yeah. But anyway, so in 1893, the Durea motor wagons, the first American car, it was also the first car built in America with a gasoline engine.
Oh.
The brothers' names were Charles and Frank Durea. Okay. And they used a $70 carriage that they purchased and refitted it with a single-cylinder engine that took gas. And they produced the first American car in 1893, Durea motor wagon.
Wow. Awesome stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now
we even got their first names, Charles and Frank.
That's right. They were nice guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I be the one guy said to the other, can I be frank with you? Sure, absolutely.
Sure you can.
Yeah, his name was Frank.
Charles. So, sure you can, Chuck.
Now we do listen to Chuck. What's up, Chuck? Sick to your stomach. Thank you for joining us. There are many ways that you can get in touch with us. At nickandroy.com is one way. You can click on Contact Us to send us an email, of course, and you can also send us a text at 71010. You're listening to Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy.
Nick and Roy will continue with totally useless information.
You won't see the engineer that slams the Nissan Rogue's door 13,920 times, or the corrosive chamber that simulates 15 years of life in 5 months, or the Rogue heat-baked for over 300 combined hours. What you will see is a vehicle that can take punch after punch and keep rolling. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power. We put it through the worst, so you get its best. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Newer models may be shown.
You're listening to Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
So here's something for you to kind of roll around in your head. So you're driving along and you're listening to some music, and then you go, wait a minute, these are songs about cars. And here's some examples of songs about cars.
Daddy let you take my T-Bird away?
That's one of them. Getaway Car
Okay.
by Taylor Swift, your favorite.
Ooh, Mustang Sally.
Fast Car by Tracy Chapman.
Did you have Mustang
I
Sally?
didn't.
Ah,
It's just a short list. I mean, it's not a complete
That's the short list. Okay.
short list. Also,
Pink Cadillac.
yes, but that's not on my list.
Oh,
Okay,
there you go.
pick one more.
What was the one that Prince did?
Red Corvette.
Right, Little Red
Oh,
Corvette.
no, sorry, that is on my list. Little Red Corvette by Prince. Car Wash by Rolls Royce.
That's not a car. That's a car
Yeah,
wash.
but okay, but what are you washing? What do you wash in a car wash?
A car,
Yes.
but you could walk
Yeah,
through.
but your sister, come on.
Jay Glinsky does.
Power Day. It's at the car wash. But you know what? He gets the extra wax too. Go figure.
There are a lot of songs about cars.
And finally, in my list here, my fellow Canadian, Tom Cochrane, Life is a Highway. And there's a great cover.
But that's not a car. That's the highway.
Yeah, but what do you drive in a highway?
Come on. Then Route 66 is a car song?
Yes.
No. Folks, if you're out there listening, which I know you are, don't try to make believe you're not. Go to nickandroy.com, email us any songs that you know about cars. I'm sure that there are a million country western songs about trucks and cars.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so please email us and then we'll put you on the show.
We will.
Get ready for this one.
Okay.
Have you ever seen a BMW?
Yes, of course.
Do you even know what BMW stands for?
British. No, wait. No, is it? No, it's not. What is it?
See, that's the funny part. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that it's actually Bavarian Motor Werk, but it's WERK.
Okay.
But that means works.
So
Okay.
Bavarian, like the cream.
Exactly. Nick always puts it to some sort of dessert. But anyway, they did not start off as a car company. In fact, they started off as a company that made engines. They made 6-cylinder engines for aircraft. They started out doing that. And in 1928, there was a fledgling German car company who I don't even know what the name is, that they purchased and turned into the BMW car company in 1928. Nick was celebrating his, let's see, 32nd birthday.
Remember, Roy is 2 months older than I am. He keeps forgetting that. Anyway, thank you for remembering to listening to Totally Useless Information with Nick. Thank you very much. 73 countries around the world have tuned in, and they've listened to us on the radio in Canada, coast to coast to coast, on the iHeartRadio Talk Network.
I have a bonus, Nick.
Bonus. Oh, okay.
Oh, that's right. And we're not talking about dreams here. I have a bonus car one, and I love this because of the guy. Ferdinand Porsche was probably the greatest car builder to me of all times. I mean, the guy did stuff, created engines, Nick, like air-cooled engines and oil-cooled engines. To this day, they're running oil-cooled engines where most engines are air-cooled. Okay. But this guy had so many great things. But Ferdinand Porsche, he also invented in 1900, Nick was 3, 1897, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I could do that one. Nick was 3. Okay, he invented the first hybrid car in 1900. He put the addition of an octagonal electric engine in the back, in the front, and in the back was an oil-cooled Porsche kind of Volkswagen type engine. And the car ran on both electric and gasoline. Wow. Way before its time. Ferdinand Porsche, genius. And guess where he's from, Nick? Deutschland. 2 in a row.
You're listening to Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. Now, if you go to our website, go to nickandroy.com and click on the Nick and Roy store, as many of you have, we have really, really put smiles on people's faces, not only with Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy, but we are also very entertaining when it comes to providing a birthday message for your loved one. So go to the Nick and
Oh, I
Roy
thought you were
store.
talking about something
No,
else,
no,
to
no,
be
no.
honest. You said we put smile on people's
That
faces.
happens as well, but I'll tell you right now. You go to nickandroy.com, you click on the Nick and Roy store, click on birthday messages, and this is going to be a gift for someone that has everything and you don't know what to buy for them.
Hands down, best gift ever.
Uh-huh.
This is an actual, it's a micro show of totally useless information that we do about the day that that particular person that you're honoring was born. So we do this show, we come up with all kinds of great facts. In fact, go to nickandroy.com, type on the Nick and Roy store, and there's actually a sample there that you can listen to. Fantastic. People are going nuts. We have hundreds of emails from people saying it's the greatest gift they ever got. They send it to all their friends. I'm telling you, you'll be so happy that you bought this for somebody. It's amazing.
nickandroy.com. And now it's time for Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy as they present Dreams. Wake up. Wake up. Dreams.
What was that?
Can I share something with you? So, and to the audience.
No.
That
You asked.
So, in all of the intros and the jingles that you hear on the show, some that are recorded and performed by our voice lady, some are sung by Roy. That one there, we did live because we said, let's do a new topic. It's called Dreams. And we just did that on the fly. This is how talented we are. That was one take. There it was.
Speak for yourself.
I just did. How about sleep on this? Okay.
Actually, that was totally ad lib. Nick was just talking to me, and as usual, I fell asleep.
Exactly what happened. All right. Well, how about sleep on this? All right, you bugger.
Ooh.
Yeah. You know what? There's a study now. There are some relationships among sleep quality and humor styles and use of curse words depending on how much sleep you have. Okay.
What?
Researchers have discovered a fascinating link between poor sleep quality and an increased use of specific types of arousing language, namely humor and curse words.
So if you sleep less, you curse more?
If you sleep poorly, less.
Go to hell.
A study published in Current Psychology suggests that those experiencing poor sleep quality may be more inclined to use, again, arousing forms. Now, you see, now when I say arousing forms of language, you
Shut the front door.
think of arousing as a whole different meaning altogether, right?
Right.
When Roy has poor sleep quality, he gets aroused by the language.
Well, why did I get the poor sleep quality?
right.
It may be that I was up all night, you know?
At your age, you went to the bathroom 4 times.
Exactly. At my age, up all night is like 10 minutes.
That's right.
I'm proud of it. I'm
Just
like,
so
yeah,
you can
10
find
minutes.
your slippers. So anyway,
Beat my record.
prior studies have
Yeah, right.
Oh, shut up. Prior studies have extensively documented individual differences in the use and appreciation of humor and the use of swear words. So the poorer quality of your sleep, the more inclined you are to use those arousing words.
REM sleep, which is also known as rapid eye movement, REM, brought about by brain activity. Brought about by brain activity, normally known as dreams. So the brain activity is a dream, and your eyes shift back and forth.
Okay.
So we associate REM as your eyes doing it, but really it's your brain just controlling your eyes. These episodes last for a few minutes to up to an hour, and they're usually 90 to 120 minutes apart. So you can dream for, like, let's say a half hour, and then 90 minutes later, you'll have another dream. And then 90 minutes to 120 minutes later, you'll have another dream. So you don't dream like we think, where you're constantly dreaming. You have these interrupted dreams. You know, and in my case, it's like dream and then use the bathroom, and then dream and then use the bathroom.
So dreaming about water, wind, and fire, which is basically what happened.
The elements.
The elements, yes, exactly. Which is what Roy experiences every time he uses the bathroom. There's water, there's wind, and there's fire. I mean, think about
Oh
it,
my
right?
God. Yeah, that explains it perfectly. Not to mention you left out the one word launch.
So the water is when you pee. The wind is the gas that passes through you, and the fire because you had that one extra bowl of chili.
That one extra burrito.
There's no true evidence that the elements have particular meanings in these dreams. So, but there's some associations among them. For example, water is thought to symbolize emotions, and different types of water can mimic different emotions. For instance, muddy waters can represent sadness. Tidal waves can represent overwhelming, and clear water, not Florida, but clear water can represent emotional clarity, which is nowhere near what happens in this program. Fire
I was going to say, we very rarely dream of that, but go
Fire
ahead.
often equates to anger or distress. And as far as being these accepted meanings, what it means is basically depends on who you are and what you're doing in these dreams. Water,
And fire, setting someone on fire is not only rude, but it's criminally responsible as well. So irresponsible, I was going to say. See, I actually made it a good thing.
Wow, well done.
Thank you. Well done. You light them up. See, Nick throws the pun out there. All right. When we think of dreams, right, we always see, like, we think of a video, right? If you're watching a movie and there's like a dream sequence, it's live, right? It's like a movie.
Right.
Guess what? The reality is most dreams are visual snapshots. They are not moving.
Oh.
It's a snapshot of that, maybe that girl that you're thinking of, or guy that you're thinking of. It's a snapshot of possibly where you were with them, but it's not normally moving, and it's not normally in color. It's normally black and white snapshots put together to form a story, almost like a storyboard.
Okay. Oh, it's interesting.
Of the brain.
Yes.
Which Nick, you don't have to worry about any of this.
Oh, no. Of course, because it's a short story. Now you talk about the vivid colors and whatnot. How about vivid dreams? They're most always associated with waking up during REM sleep. You talked about that too. When your dreams are most vivid or more easily remembered. While we may consider any dream that we experience in REM sleep vivid, with vivid dreaming, it's used to describe a particularly intense dream that felt very real. Now, you may also remember your vivid dream a lot easier than a typical dream, but anyone can have vivid dreams. But, and this is where it's important for you to remember this, Roy, if you're pregnant or particularly stressed, it may contribute to having one.
Nick, I remember most of my dreams because when you're, taking care of the ladies in the dreams the way I do, you remember it because it's shockingly, amazingly great, and I think that it's so great that I think the people I dream about actually it goes to them telepathically.
Yes, you mean pathologically. That's what you mean.
Maybe. Nick, if I don't say it, nobody's going to. So I'm going with it.
Exactly. It's like I'm dating myself. Yes, because no one else will.
There you go.
All right.
This explains a lot, this next one for me.
Okay.
Most men, when they dream about a sexual encounter,
yes,
right? They don't dream, like we said, about like the whole video thing and this and that. They don't dream about the whole thing. They dream about the person and sexual intercourse.
Oh.
The missionary position style, one thing, intercourse.
Okay.
And this explains everything. This is why women just sit there and go, I'm doing enough foreplay. If you have a woman that sounds like that, get away.
Yes. If you have a man that sounds like that, get away too.
Yeah. No, but they do that. And think about that. Men dream specifically about just the missionary style type intercourse.
Right.
We don't dream about the foreplay or other little add-ons, so to speak, that we could be doing with different portions of our body.
Right.
Which is, I'm excited.
Yeah, well, apparently, if you're excited for more than 4 minutes, well, congratulations.
I'm excited about birthday messages in Tom's place.
Well, don't worry about that. We'll talk. We talked about them. We talked about birthday messages. We did talk about Tom's place. That we saved.
I never told you the story. You got to remind me to tell you the Tom's place story.
All right. So dreaming about cars. So when we talked about cars in the previous segment, I know, but the dream about a vehicle tends to mean nothing really in particular. However, if you're dreaming about something like a car crash or accident, that means you have low confidence and you can't drive, I guess.
Probably.
This type of dream should be paid more attention to as it symbolizes emotional stress or a bad mental state. Now, if you dream about a car crash, it usually meant that you're worried about losing like a job, relationship, or your house. So you need to find a source of that worry. So work out what it is that's really bugging you and then fix it. And then you won't have as many dreams about crashing cars.
I think dreaming about cars means a lot. I mean, when I see myself tooling around with sunglasses on and a Ferrari driving down the street and girls are going, "Oh, it's Roy."
Yeah.
They sound like that too.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Roy.
Yeah. They're really impressed by how.
I want to apologize to my wife for having to put up with me.
Listen, she's apologizing to her friends, and I mean, they admire you as you, the way that you.
I think admiration's a good word,
shift.
Nick.
Yeah.
It's a good word to explain it.
You
Sleep disorders.
Yes.
Okay, most people associate sleep disorder. When I say to you, I have a sleep disorder,
right?
Most people think I can't sleep, right?
Yeah.
You're not sleeping right. So
Insomnia.
that's a sleep disorder.
Right.
Yeah, you have insomnia.
Yeah.
You have, what is that where they
Sleep
put
apnea.
CPAP machine? Yeah,
Sleep
sleep
apnea.
apnea.
Yeah.
There you go.
stop breathing.
Okay,
Yeah,
they associate sleep disorder with not sleeping.
right.
But that is not true.
Oh.
And here's a sleep disorder that people need to know about. This is a serious one. It's called sleep masturbation.
No, really?
Oh, yes, it is. And I've tried it. No. Listen to what this is, Nick.
Okay.
It's both men and women.
Okay.
It's very much like sleepwalking because there's a physical aspect of it.
Right.
Let's say the man or woman is dreaming about masturbating during a dream.
Mm-hmm.
And then their brain kicks in and they act on it physically.
Oh, okay.
It could be the middle of the night and boom, you act on the masturbation. So next time your wife comes home and catches you masturbating, just go.
Just pretend you're sleeping.
Yeah, she'll be like, "What the hell are you doing with that computer on?"
Like, oh, is that on? Oh, I didn't know. Wow.
Why is that a picture of Roy?
Whoa. Okay. So basically what you're saying, this sleep.
And you're like, wait a minute, that's not my computer, that's your computer.
Ooh, it gets really, really dicey. Anyway, let's get you out of trouble. You're listening to Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. You can go to our website as we invited you earlier. You can check out some great stuff there, including stuff about Tom's Place. Actually, if you click on
Let me tell you the quick story.
All right.
Okay, can I tell you very fast?
You're going to tell me the story,
listen.
but you go to nickandroy.com, click on the Tom's Place logo. You're going to find a surprise. Click on that. But what's your Tom's Place story?
Oh, yeah, I know. Tom's Place is the bomb. You guys see this beautiful store. I think we're going to have a video on our site.
Well, as a matter, okay, see, that's the surprise. If you click on you go to nickandroy.com, you click on the Tom's Place logo, and you're going to see the video of Tom talking about Tom's Place. Go to nickandroy.com, click on the Tom's Place logo for that video. So tell me your story.
And you'll see, I mean, the guy's store is amazing. But I'm doing a show last week at a place called Sticks Restaurant in Naples, Florida. By the way, Sticks Sushi and Seafood. Excellent, excellent place. I'm just not throwing that out there. There's really a great place. Yeah. But anyway, so I'm doing a show and I walk over to this table and they go, "Oh, we're from Toronto, Canada." And I'm like, "Oh my God, well, I do a show with a guy, blah, 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 blah." I tell them all about it. And they're like, "Oh yeah." I said, and they go, "Oh, what do you get sponsors to do a podcast?" I asked, "Well, there's a sponsor I have. It's Tom's Place." He goes, "Tom's Place?" Really? And I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Tom's Place, the men's clothing store?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "I love Tom." He goes, "I buy all my suits there. It's such a great place."
Wow. We
had a 10-minute conversation about Tom's Place. Wow. We didn't really even talk about the show. But listen, this guy, and you talk about testimonial. I'd like to get this guy on our show to give a testimonial on Tom's Place.
Wow.
He said his quality is the best. And I agreed. I said, listen, I have 2 suits because he knows I wear suit jackets all the time.
Roy talks about a show he's talking about. If you go to musicbyroy.com, that's his website. If you're in the southwest part of Florida, you can not only hear and appreciate Roy's entertaining prowess here on Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy, but he also does a fabulous singing little concert, but he does a great performance singing, and all the ladies love him. They're throwing like, I don't know, what, $2 bills now at you?
They're throwing more like dishes and plates and rotted fruit.
That's right.
Nick and Roy will continue with totally useless information. To access the full library of episodes, visit nickandroy.com. That's nickandroy.com.
You won't see the engineer that slams the Nissan Rogue's door 13,920 times, or the corrosive chamber that simulates 15 years of life in 5 months, or the Rogue heat-baked for over 300 combined hours. What you will see is a vehicle that can take punch after punch and keep rolling. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power. We put it through the worst, so you get its best. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Newer models may be shown.
You're listening to Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
What's in the mailbag? What's in the mail?
Susie is in the mailbag.
Susie.
Boy, was I shocked when I opened it up.
Hello, Susie. Yes.
No, but anyway, Susie is from Boulder, Colorado.
All
This is
right.
my first one from Boulder, Colorado.
Nice.
And Susie says, thanks for making my week. You guys crack me up. Now, she says, all of my coworkers are now listening to Totally Useless Information, and we compare notes every week, and we joke around, and we throw totally useless information at each other. She says, I'm not sure if you guys know how much this affects people's lives and how much you're teaching people and how much you're making people laugh. Well, Susie, thank you. That is a very, very nice email. Much better than Jay Glinsky's.
Well, yes. You know, they say laughter is the best medicine, and we say listen, laugh, and learn. We do have a lot of fun on the show, and we do appreciate all of your feedback.
Should we say it's the Totally Useless Information Show with Nick, Roy, and Jay?
No. Nick and Roy has a nice ring to it. Jay can get his own show. So my mailbag comes from John Lamont from North Bay, Ontario, so the fellow Canadian. Dear Nick and Roy, we love listening to your show. We discovered your show by accident, but don't they all? Here's my question. I love bunnies. What is a group of bunnies called? I can't wait to hear your hilarious answer. So,
we did this once on the show, I think.
Well, John wants to know their different names, the different types.
I think John needs to tune into like season 2.
Well, so here are the names. There are many names of groups of rabbits. I'm going to give you several here. For example, a colony is typically used to refer to a group of wild rabbits living together. With Roy. A warren, though technically referring to the system of burrows that wild rabbits live in, the term warren can sometimes be used to mean a group of rabbits to their close association with their home. And also a fluffle. A group of bunnies is called a fluffle. This is a relatively modern term popularized through social media and often in informal or affectionate contexts. It's a fluffy. On the show today, we talked about customs, we talked about cars, we talked about dreams. I know what you did there. It's time for the news.
And now, from around the corner and around the world, this is TUI News.
In a strange event, MacArthur Wheeler executed a bank robbery while wearing a...
Arthur Wheeler.
Arthur...
Is this Florida?
Does it say where? I'm not sure, but hold on. Are you familiar?
Arthur Wheeler.
Are you familiar with the story? Was that you?
He's a friend of mine. No.
Okay. MacArthur Wheeler executed a bank robbery while wearing a disguise, okay, because of course, right, you don't want to be seen, consisting of lemon juice smeared on his face.
lemon juice.
That's right. Now, if you remember way back to the beginning of the show when I had the tease and I said it in the news, the attempted bank robbery went sour in a hurry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he put some.
But why would lemon juice be a proper cover to?
Great. It's a great question. Here's the answer. His rationale was rooted in the belief that lemon juice, commonly used as invisible ink, and he thought that he would be undetectable on the closed circuit cameras.
Right. And then he'd jump in his car and peel off.
That's right.
No, but wait a minute. This moron
Yes.
went to the bank,
Yes.
put lemon juice on his face.
Right.
Which probably had to be very uncomfortable. Although lemon juice would work as an acid astringent, which might be pretty good for his skin. It exfoliate the skin.
Oh yeah. Listen, he got caught robbing the bank, but his skin was beautiful.
But he would exfoliate his skin very well while he's in jail. He'll look very good for the guy who's in the bunk above him.
What did you call him, a moron? Well, this moron, he was so confident that this was going to work, that he was going to be invisible. He grinned at each camera as he encountered
As
them.
though he was invisible.
That's what he thought.
This guy should have put coconut juice on his face because he's a real coconut.
That's right.
What an idiot.
So the police arrested.
Thought he was invisible.
That's right. So he went to every camera and with confidence smiled at each one, thinking he's invisible.
No,
The
he's
police
not
arrested
right.
him. The
You
moment,
can't put him in jail.
Now-
You got to send him right to the psych ward.
So they arrest the guy, and
Yeah.
here's the moment of reckoning occurred when the police showed him the footage, leaving Wheeler utterly astonished. He expressed his disbelief in the officers.
Couldn't believe they could see him.
He said, quote, "But I wore the juice."
So he looked at the video in
Right.
astonishment that they could see him, that
Yeah.
he wasn't invisible.
That's right.
Did he say to the cops, "Aren't you glad I didn't use banana peels?"
So now that had me wondering, does lemon juice work as invisible ink? Like this
I
this
can't see you right now, Nick. Did you try it?
with the lemon twist? No. So I wanted to
Maybe you
figure-
should have tried to rob a fruit stand instead of a bank. Where did this happen? Is there any? I can't take it. The man is got to be the dumbest man in the world. What did he walk up and say? I know you can't see me, but you can probably hear me. So how did he hand them the note? What did they think it was floating in midair?
I don't. Maybe that's.
And if
what-
he just put it on his face, did he think that they thought he was headless?
Maybe that's what he thought.
Wow.
This was in Pittsburgh. That's where it
Pittsburgh.
happened.
That explains it.
Yeah.
They haven't won a football game in a long time.
Okay, so now
This is-
it had me wondering. So does lemon juice? Was this guy onto something? Like, I mean, he's a moron, but maybe he was onto something. So
Maybe, you
does
never know.
lemon
This-
does lemon juice work as invisible ink? Well, lemon juice is made of a variety of sugars, acids, and water. Normally, lemon juice is mostly clear. So when you dilute it even further in water and
Yeah.
paint that mixture onto some paper, you can't see it. So it may have some invisible properties, but on paper. This outlandish episode involving Mr. Wheeler has earned its place as a renowned case study in the
Now, had he done his face in decoupage or paper mache and
Different
poured the
story.
lemon juice on his head, he would have looked like a marionette puppet.
Now, that's right. That's right. So now he's robbing this bank, okay, and he's thinking he's getting away with it. Now, but there's
He's taking his sweet ass time too, because he figures nobody knows he's there.
exactly. I'm not here, right? But here's the thing, though. There's a case study in the realm of psychology. It notably contributed to the unveiling of the Dunning-Kruger effect, which is a cognitive bias.
Is that
wherein-
like the Freddy Krueger effect?
Yes, except his mask was visible. So it's a cognitive bias wherein individuals with limited competence in a particular task
We got our man right there.
tend to overestimate their abilities. The Dunning-Kruger effect.
You think?
Yeah. There you go.
By the way, that Dunning-Kruger effect is literally what the entire book Forrest Gump is about.
Yes.
Technically.
Exactly. There you
He
go.
over-exaggerated everything he did.
That's right. But
If he
here's
ran a block, he ran around the world.
thanks very much for joining us. We will scour the internet as we always do week after week to get totally useless information just for you.
I'm telling all these people that are listening right now that Nick and I have a ball doing this for you, and it's because of you that we do it. And we want to thank you also for taking Jay Glinsky into your life.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Roy. We'll see you next week.
Thanks for listening.
Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy is a production of nickandroy.com. Visit nickandroy.com to access the full library of episodes or wherever you get your podcasts.